Hello guys and welcome to the Ollah 7 podcast show. My name is DJ Ollah 7 Owen. We're Madonna, the Chief Air Marshal, coming to you live from Ollah. We're going to do certain conference shine dot. And we are at the ZTF 65th edition. And of course with me here today is gonna be an exciting one, right? You all know the Queen of Kontutu. You know the Queen of Kowlawayo. I think she reigns here. Her name is Sandra Ndebele.
Hello, from wherever you are. I'm Sandra Ndebele. Wakhona isikhabu since I wanted to see Steve Bayer these days. You sit to welcome to Conference Shine Dot.
Okay.
How are you, Ollah?
I'm doing great. Sandra. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
It's been a minute though.
Yeah, the last time I saw you was 5 years back.
5 years. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a while. You're looking good, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So are you enjoying the 65th edition, of the ZTF?
You see, for the first time, I've managed to come to the trade fair almost every day. And remember, with the many caps that I wear, being a musician like you're seeing today, I had to dedicate each day for each thing.
Yes.
Coming for council work, coming for my endorsements, coming for the brands that I represent, coming in to perform, and it's an uphill. I was all over trade fair, and today again I'm here, and I'm so happy to see you.
It's
tiresome.
You exhausted?
I slept well last night. I'm good.
So
preparing for the shutdown.
Okay, tonight we're gonna be in the shutdown, guys. See you there. Don't miss this one. It's gonna be big. So
we always shut it down in a special way. For Bulawayo, so we are doing that.
Nice.
You see, when I say come to Bulawayo and have fun, you'll see how we have fun in Bulawayo. But don't wear heels. You have to wear my tennis. Because we dance.
No slopes. I hate
my tennis because we dance.
Okay.
And we don't sleep.
Right.
So we'll leave that place around 5 in the morning.
So you mentioned about brands that you represent. How many brands, or maybe if you don't mind, you can just mention them.
Okay. I work with Nyerazo. I work with Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe. I work with Suzuki. I work with My Juju.
Yes.
For cosmetics. And I know there's people always put controversy where there's no controversy, because people do not understand if someone is selling mafuta, what mafuta are for. So they concentrate and measure more on the kutsukisa. But I always say Vaseline yacho yatinozora nayo inechi skincare. So when you zora mafuta, it depends kuti urikuzorera chii. And it's not like utane mafuta ekuti utsuke chete. There's everything. There's pawns, there's sunscreen.
Yes.
Like when I came to trade fair Saturday, it was hot. I used hair sunscreen.
Yes.
So it depends kuti uda kuita chii zvazvo. So it's skincare. So I represent that brand. And when I spoke to her,
have like side effects?
No, the side effect you only get when you overdo things.
Okay.
Everything is got a side effect. Even kuruka msoro, kuti look nice. Zvine ma side effects. Even kudya sadza too much. Zvine ma side effects. You see, ukagutisa, you don't sleep. Unofuta. Like ukadya mabhonzo akawanda. So that's something with everything.
Yes.
So we just need to choose why you are doing this. So I represent that brand as well, and I'm a sitting councillor for my ward where I grew up.
Yes.
I grew up in Kulumane, and after traveling all over the world and seeing how other people run their things, I decided, let me go down to the people and provide the service and work for my people. Because they can send me and I can be their mouthpiece. So this is why I went down. And also to understand, a lot of us are always saying things online, on social media, saying this has done this, that one has done that. I think after my 4-year tenure, I'll be in a better position to say, you guys, don't speak about things that you don't know, because you don't understand. It's not how we interpret things, especially when we are laymen or when we are standing on the terraces. We need to get in it so that we understand. And I did that because I want to understand. I've got an inquisitive mind.
So you believe you're representing your ward very well.
Yes,
We'll talk about that.
So.
We'll talk about that as well. So now that we are at the ZITF, and this is the 65th edition, what way? I mean, when you were a child growing up, what was your favorite thing to do at the ZITF?
Luna Park.
I thought as much. Luna
Park and walking around you see the Bulawayo Trade Fair is well organized. You can walk on the streets, on the aisle. While it's so, if you start from, I think it's gate number 1, and looking up, you can see it's like an uphill.
Yes.
And you see people walking down the lane, and it's something that you would look forward to say, you see, I'm going to Trade Fair after Luna Park or after Trade Fair, and getting all those freebies as you walk around, be it food, be it takeaways, so that when you go back home, you say, and show your friends that I was at the Trade Fair. Look what I came back with.
Is it still happening?
Yes, it's still happening. I saw young girls as they were walking wearing pins from different organizations and different companies. And you also get the books. I know even if you want to get your ID, for example, if you come to Trade Fair, it's easier and faster compared to when you go to their office. It means a lot of things happen way better. So a lot of people look forward to even visiting companies so that you get contacts. When you're looking for them, you know where to find them after Trade Fair. And also creating relationships whereby you go, you talk to someone, you've got reference. The moment you leave Trade Fair, you know now I have to look for this individual that I met at the Trade Fair.
I see. Now I see. I understand. Now let's get into it, Marasanti. You recorded your first album, Shaya, in 2003 when you were just 21 years old. That means you survived over 2 decades in the music industry. How have you survived? Because most of my artists vakatopera,
I know.
Tell us about that.
Do you know one thing? I don't like that word. Kupera.
Exactly. Why?
My first day is say if someone says Sandra Wapera, I don't like it. I don't know. I always try to say, don't call me that, because it's the affect. Kwaye kupera kuda. Yeah.
So stop it.
No.
Musically.
I'm still there as long as we do not have 10 Sandras.
Yeah.
That when you look back, you say at least kunaja. You can say there's that boy,
exactly,
who are following on just footsteps. Yeah. But as long as we don't have 20 strong women like me that are following behind, I won't retire. I'm still going on. I'm still performing. This is why I chose Cancel, because Cancel allows me to still work with different brands, still allows me to still perform, do things, because you remember music industry is more people oriented, fans and all. Even Cancel, I work with the people that you live with, whereby you get into a place and you need to address people. You mentally read the ambience of the place, and then even when you have a lineup yako music, when you get to an event, then you realize, but this audience likes this.
Exactly.
You switch. That's the same thing that's happening on the ground as well.
Okay.
Some will come and say, this is happening to me. So you just need to have a big listening ear and watch and listen to what people say. Yeah.
Okay. So what keeps you going musically?
I always say to a lot of people, I'm a self-driven person. I'm a go-getter. If I want something, I go for it. I don't listen to a lot of noise that comes or that follows me, because I do not have that time to turn back and say, who.
Exactly.
I have that time to just continue walking forward. And what keeps me going? My family, because it's my biggest support system. In anything that I want to do, that I believe I can do, they say go for it. And I look forward to going back home to say, even if after failing or after doing well, to go back and shine with them, because I know they always give me that big welcome to say, come back and we embrace what you were trying to do, either failed or it's a win, but they are always there by my corner.
No, I see. I understand. So now, in the industry, the industry that you are in is not very kind. When it comes to women, you'll be called names. If you're a female artist, either Murima Ure, this and that, people call you names, and I don't understand why.
That I can explain, Ollah. Do you know why? I always say our society, especially Zimbabwe, is a selfish one. Selfish in a manner that they protect us girl child more than boys. This is why the industry is male dominated, because most of the girls then can't stand the heat. I'll tell you about myself. I remember 2003 when I released my first album. I used to wear my skimpy yes, short skirts. But it's my Ndebele culture, beads and all. Remember, I never even used to cover my legs because then no one had paid lobola for me. I was a girl, and in my culture, that's how girls dress. One. Two, they would say, I remember 3 months down the line, I was now able to buy mafuta, buy nice food for myself, nice clothes for myself. And then they went again and wrote stories that I've gone to SA, I've done a boob job, I'm going out with who and who and who. And I was given a lot of husbands, you know. And in anything that a woman does, it's either it has to be associated with a man or with so and so and so. But I want to tell all my sisters out there to say, guys, we need to soldier on. We are the ones that are going to break that barrier. We are the ones that are going to change the status quo and say, we can do it. And we'll show you. So I always say to people, as a walking example, they say it, I belong to that man, but the real man that I belong to, they do not know, but he is there. I have 3 beautiful children, fathered by one man, which no one speaks about. You see? So in a way, to all my sisters, it's a win. So in everything that then people want to associate us with, it's not correct. People rather watch Beyonce here in Zimbabwe, half naked with a swimming costume. And they're okay with it. But they're okay with it. But if Sandy dresses like that, she's half naked. You
brought up a very important, subject here. Where you say dressing, the way you used to dress, because you were a girl then, and it's part of your culture. It allows that. Now I think there's this cultural barrier, so to say, whereby what Mashona does and it's okay, and what Ndebele does and it's fine, somehow it's not fine to the other. This one is not fine to the other. How do you balance it? Because you are an artist for all. You're an you're a Zimbabwean artist, not a Ndebele artist, not a Shona artist. For all.
Yes, I'm a Zimbabwean artist. And I think, do you know what? This is what I'm saying. I'm the one who's changing that status quo. Because regardless of culture differences, they embraced me as their Zimbabwean girl. This is why I could go to Chinoi, Kariba, to Mtora Shanga to perform. And if you remember those days, Macheso is the one who helped me a lot because he carried me on his back everywhere. So culture, I think change in a way because wherever, this is why we're getting even all these endorsements to say, come Sandy, let's work, come, let's do this, come, let's do what. Because people now work on out culture shift. It's only a few maybe that are not understanding it. Because even if you go on social media, the insults of half naked or round are not there anymore. You know, they are not there anymore.
So it's changing.
Yes, people are now embracing and knowing to say, let's open our minds and our eyes. If we can embrace what other countries are doing or what international countries are doing, like I gave you an example, Beyonce. Even Kofi, when he came to Zimbabwe, did you see how her girls were dressed? How they were gyrating? They said it's fine. That is why HICC was full. But when Sandy dances like that, because I'm their own, so culturally they want to protect and close me in. It's us as a people, as a Zimbabwean people. That's how we are. We will change. You know, this is how I say it. It's a culture. A culture. Kuti tite acculturation. There's a certain thing that we need to do. We need to move and change. Talk as a people, but also
do you think it's a good idea to then maybe support what others are doing, like what Beyonce and sort of to say Americans, you know?
It's wrong.
The way they wear, like half naked.
Do you know why? I would say it's wrong because when they consume their music, they're making them rich. But if they consume my music, they also make me rich. So if they do not consume my music, that means I'll be poor. And next thing, they'll be laughing at me saying, we used to know her, and we've seen that happening to a lot of other public figures that we had in Zimbabwe, where they'll be laughing at you and saying, "Akamborira uyu, izvozvo yapera." And kupera kwacho, maybe you won't be able to pay for your hospital bills.
True.
You won't be able to take yourself out just for a meal. You know, so such things are happening. But if we get that support from grassroots, definitely we'll make a lot of money and we'll save and we'll take care of our pension. You see, when time comes.
I understand. Now, because I used to dance wearing like your short bikizas and whatnot. Obviously, men will be like, wow, especially when you used to do this 180. Like, wow.
Do you know what my mother said? I remember what my mother used to say to me when I was 18. You know, when you're 18, very wakutanga kakuonekwa boys.
Exactly.
And then you start, when they say wash your plates, you don't want to wash your plates. When they say clean the house, you don't want to clean because you want to bath and just leave the house. Do you know my mother said to me, Sandy, concentrate on your schoolwork and do this, because even ukaita vana 5, they'll still vanenge vachiti men are like that. Even une ring is still vanenge vachiti vakamira. So
in your case, I'm sure you are actually struggling. I don't know. How are you managing men? I know you're married, but men always say, "Oh, Sandy is good, Sandy is that." You know, the comments on social media when you post those pictures, people are like, okay, right? So tell me, how do you manage that?
I think it's in two ways. Also, him or wherever he will be, he gets such comments from other women. It's not like it just happens to me. It's only that I'm on the public domain, and everyone can say whatever they want to say publicly. But his is hidden. Remember, if in Chiva, I will not know. If in someone hits on him, he will maybe say it in passing, like how I say things in passing. So I think it's something that happens. So it depends. What is it that you want as an individual? And your principles and the respect that you have for your partner. Chete.
But my face I want to know. Serious? So what did you say?
No. You need like a sign up
Exactly. No.
I'm not going anyway. I want to be breaking, telling people, guys, look at my life. This is why I can break proudly and say, I've got 3 beautiful babies with 1 surname.
Yes. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I chose what I chose because it's what I wanted.
But have you been tempted? Have you been tempted with this man and like, okay, let me just take this one?
No. I don't have time. Ollah, look at me. Do you think I have time? Kunogara ku park. Tato isa makumbu yetu pasi takutanga kuti.
These days it's not about park. You just go straight to the hotel room. Come room 151. That's where I am. Lock the doors. I'm coming. It's not about the park. It's easy these days. It's happening.
With women, it's not like that. I personally think so. With women, it's not like that. Women, you need to bring more to the table. Maybe which will make me want to come to your room. Not just from Norway. Then tasangana. Then you say. Then no.
Akuna.
No. With women, no.
Have you ever cheated?
But mostly, what we as women want is to work. To work extra hard so that we provide, help him. Run the house.
Sometimes you cannot resist the money. You say, okay, I will not cheat. It's okay. Just tell us the truth.
Do you know what? Mbinga. I think in Nondichka.
Why?
No one comes to me.
Why?
I think I'm a threat.
Sandra.
Because Drika minim being out in a new car.
Right?
Remember, I drive a GLE.
I know.
Hey, so imagine I roll on 150K
then someone
car. Then someone come and say, this one I can't afford.
Sandra, you're crazy here. So what is your message, Sandra, to the young women who are coming up in the industry? Also, the producers, for me to produce your song, do we try something, sleep with me first or whatever? What's the message?
Do you know this is I always say to, especially to young girls, even those that I'm mentoring, stand up and work for yourself. I worked for myself.
Yeah.
I remember very well when I recorded my first album. It was in 2003. I had no video.
Yeah.
So I took a train from Bulawayo to Harare. I met Superman Wanzira then.
Yes.
Then I wanted a video. I wanted his company to do a video for me.
Yeah.
Then he said he wanted 97,000. And 97,000 was a lot of money.
Yeah.
My parents couldn't afford even to give me that money.
Yeah.
So I came back. That's Okakuno. I wrote my letters. Ndikaendesa ku Delta, ndikaendesa ku Lobels. Then they gave me my box and my biscuits. Ndakanyora ne address ekumba kwedu enkulumane ikoko. Vakandipa my boxes. And my mom, you know our moms how they were. They respect or listen more to what the neighbors used to say. So you would not even want me to nditengese my drinks. Paget rake. So she would go kubas. In Makuseni, there's a board rango to drinks and biscuits for sale. Then around 5, later say, then I will move. No visa. I sold in the 93,000. The super and I have $93,000. Please, can I come?
Can I come?
Then he said, come. He's the one who got me the house where I recorded my video. Vakandwanira basketball court, could use it. They did that for me on that 93,000 Marisi Kukwan.
Yes.
And that's how Sandy was born.
Wow.
So why I'm saying this is anyone can do it. You can look for other ways other than sleeping with someone to get or to follow your dream. And with music industry, I beg to differ to say kuti producers. Iwe wene ukaenda une that thing yokuti hayi nini vele ngichava ndasvika ndodai ndova ndingadaro ndova ndomupa then he records the music. Then that's not business. Because kana uchiziya the business acumen music industry, you'd understand the do's and don'ts. If uchida kupera, do that. If you should kupera there, I'll use that word. You should kupera, you do that. But if you work hard, have a strategy, either go and work in the saloon kwacho first, ku restaurant kwacho, make your money, then go better, so that you own my rights for your music. Because music in my paycheck, in my pay streams, akawanda akasiyana. So the producer, in fact, often even to suggest kuti varoda kurara newe. In fact, they vanofandira kusuggesta kuti 50% yema royalties will be mine if the person is talented. Then the industry in that way will grow even way bigger. And I think knowing what I wanted and treating the bars, the restaurants where I would perform as my offices, because this is what Isusu do. You never see me in a club. You never see me in a bar. You never see me ndishena kunonwa in public, because those are my offices as a musician. So to the young ones, I always tell them every time, treat that as your office. If you want to do your shenanigans, go home, do them.
Close the doors and do the
door. Or tell your handbag. It's a dear handbag. That's in that dark.
It's still okay.
It stays in the handbag. It doesn't go out. So by so doing, you're protecting your brand more than anything.
I understand. Now, when you started off, Sandy, I think a woman's place was in the kitchen, cooking and everything. That's what it used to be. Did you ever have, people tell you that you could not do it, and leave this, man? And also given the fact that you are also coming from a Seventh-day background.
Cooking, I still cook. When I'm not busy or working, I try to make time and cook. But I'm not that person who cooks every day, because of the type of work. I have helpers that help me, and my family understands. This is why kuimba. And imagine if I had found maybe such a husband, I was not going to marry him, because I had put my life on the table to say I'm this, this is what I want. I was very clear. So do you take me as I am? And then he says, yes baby, I'll take you as you are. So cooking, I cook here and there. And I think that definition is to a kudara, because if you remember kudara, men that married, vese were rich. Rich either with cows, with everything. So they could afford anything that the woman needed. And then women also, their places in the kitchen. But our generation change. Atisive my kitchen.
Businesses, and I like that. In 2003, you were nominated in the same category with Alec Macheso and the late Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi for the Best Live Act Award at the Zimbabwe Music Awards. Now, my legends, amamo now angakapenga. 22 years later, would you consider yourself as a living legend in the industry?
Definitely, definitely. Against all odds, I definitely think so. And you reminding me of that nomination, it really felt so good. I won that award. I won it by just being nominated.
Yes, I get it.
I won it. Especially, remember, I think it was like 3 years in the music industry, and for me to be put in that category. With them, it was a win for me, and I'll treasure it forever.
Yeah.
Because remember, I told you that Macheso is the one who carried me at the back.
Yeah.
And during those days, I had two songs, Malaika and Mama.
Exactly.
So my Macheso would say, "Send you are performing at 8 p.m. So kwa independent at 8 and at 10 is 2 hours.
Yeah.
So 2 hours ninge chimba
I'll
do my copyrights, I'll do chi.
Yes.
By 9:30 Team Macheso manje Macheso. Aneka satashika. Macheso mwana. So first day I walked out. Ngabuda. Ndingachema backstage.
Guys.
But then he set me down. Akati Sandy, you can do it. I went and rehearsed. I'm copyrights. Then I started going to studio. Kuno recorder. But now I have to have a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Not only 2 songs.
Yes.
And that journey, it was painful.
Yeah.
That's how I was groomed. Maybe this is why I'm a bit stronger than other women. Do you know what Isusu would leave Harare, for example, on a Friday? Toshika kugweru. We perform the whole night. Because uka perform nanchiti vura show. Macheso ovo pinda nae. Then ndozokera futi kushona 2 a.m. 1 hour, 2 to 3.
Exactly.
Then Macheso iyo over 3 to 5. Because kwa Macheso akoviweka.
Exactly.
Then we drive. That's when even accommodation with court casting. This is why we managed to earn what we have because we were calculating that financial literacy in our industry.
Sleep in the car.
Not even sleep, we just resting in a car or in a changing room. Then in the morning you drive. So that weekend on your expenses, that means one night in 2 days, but we've done two shows. And alcohol 0. So we drink after, but when we have shows, we do not drink. Because remember, when you drink, you are tired. You have to dance. So we can't. The only thing that we'll be wanting to do is to eat sadza and sleep.
Get energy
and sleep. So that's how we used to run our industry. Not what the young ones are doing now. And that on its own earned us a lot of accolades because we're really working hard. Even now, I can go to Kariba on my own to perform. Any other Macheso, I can pull it. I can go to Chiredzi to perform. But the first time I went, Macheso.
Wow. So I like the fact that you are actually giving credit to Macheso as well. One thing about you, Sandy, as a person, someone, I also noticed and I've been seeing from a distance that you're also foot as well. I had Mzo 7. I had an interview with Mzo 7 on 2 days ago, I think, at the media in Durban. You're saying you played a major role in his career. Even our Q as well has credited you for paving way, for her. What inspires you to lift others in the industry? I want to get that from you.
I was given a chance by Mpopoma High School years now. And I remember our first year in the industry, we managed to tour. We went to Austria and Czech Republic to perform as IASA, Nkululeko Yabacha School of Arts, led by Nkululeko Innocent Dove. So I saw it. And everyone behind me never saw what I saw.
Yeah.
So the reason why I try to pull, not only those, even the twins, Vanasi girl,
Yes.
Tandidlana,
Yes.
they were intombi zomqangala. You know, just trying to show them and show everyone that there is more to life than us being here in Bulawayo. So when you travel, your mind opens.
Yeah.
Then you see exposure. You want to bring it home to say, please see what I saw. Let's try and implement it so that we change the way our industry looks like. So that we have 50 Sandras performing, so that we have songwriters, for example, so that we have vocal coaches. You know, when you read or watch what other countries do, especially in the industry, Kumbai, we do everything because
true.
I write, I record, I edit, I do my wardrobe, I do my makeup because I can't afford. But if the industry is bigger for everyone, if everyone can claim their role, designers, it's just we reduce designers to tailors, to seamstresses, because we don't understand what a designer is.
True.
Ollah jacket $10.
Yeah.
But a designer cannot sell the jacket for $10. Because could I take that jacket another maybe 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Whereas a tailor can tailor that jacket in 1 day.
1 day.
Yes. So when we get to understand and differentiate those things, we'll see that this industry is big.
Yeah, true.
But we need to be resourced.
So how do you choose, who to mentor, who to work with?
Okay.
Is that about is it like it's a business decision, or it's about the vibe?
Me, I'm self-driven, like I say to you. I say to you, I walked. I got on a train to Harare to knock doors which I didn't know. Dine address kuti ukaenda kwakadai ndisingaziye kuti ndokwira sei kombi kuva ku Harare tukaenda ku Warren Park kuma offices engavo ngwe records. But I went there. Ndava ku Bulawayo ndadzika train makuseni. Ngatenderera ngaenda manheru kunokwira train kudzoka ku Bulawayo. Because I had no money for accommodation, remember. So I told myself I was going to sleep on the train.
Yes.
So why I'm saying that, Ollah, those kids that come to me wanting it, I help. What I can't do is for me to see that you are talented and say, come.
Yeah.
I can't do that because those people they think they have it in their brains, they know it all.
Yeah.
So it's an uphill because me, I'm not a record label. So those that pester me and say, I remember I was like, you gave me an example, Mzo. Mzo, I'm sending my message. This young man has been sending messages. And then he came to launch.
Yeah.
But even now we are launch, do you know, I didn't make anakusanganisa the name and the face. And the face.
Oh yeah.
That's the person who's been sending my messages. Tikataura kulonja ngati call me tomorrow. And so then when he called akafona ngati you come home because I'm tired.
Yes.
Then he came remember my directions akauya kumba. I didn't give him $1 kuti akwira uye kumba kwangu. Akauya ega. And he was calling using his airtime, not my airtime. Someone who anengashira tumbetsere, then he sends you please call. Or you phones you at 11 p.m.
At least you should put effort.
So he came and paka where I remember Nandine, I was pregnant. Then I said to him, let's go kuna oskit ku Harare.
Exactly.
But when ane bus, tikakwira city link tikaenda ku Harare.
Yo.
Yes. Tikashuka oskit takatirekoda. Ukuthi ngoma ingoma.
Yes. Exactly. And it's a hit. It's still a hit.
Yes. And then we came here tikarekoda video. But recording video, even writing scripts, sending to me to say, this is the idea that I have. Chi. Angasina mari, but he had the want. He wanted it, but angasina chi mari. Then I helped where I could. Even I think nakuita and nakurekota my videos. As a part of the script, Zo would just come. As a data song yangu. Over time, and Funga could let me write chi.
Exactly.
Because Ukatarisa, I think I have 5 or 4 songs with him. Ese anima videos. Not because he was on the script for that song or for that video. Akanzwa kuti nasi vari kurekoda, you come. akanzwa kuti nhasi ndikufilma on the video, is a video vixen again on my videos as well. Then he comes. Then how do you chase such a person who's self-driven like that? This is why he is where he is today, because he's got that push and that drive. And I remember kudara, someone told me kuti vele with talent, if you think or they think you are not talented, if you work hard work will definitely pay you.
That's very true. And you know, Sandy, you're also a businesswoman, not only an artist. You're a businesswoman. How is business going for you? You know, because I wonder not you are just a face and not really the owner of these businesses.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, I have other business that I run, that I monetize with. Remember, it's also now with social media and everything. People don't know that you can monetize with posts.
Yeah, true.
You see, I monetize with posts. I monetize with creating those jingles for different brands or organizations. I get endorsements as brand ambassador. But inini pachangu, I'm a farmer.
Okay.
I'm a farmer. I do piggery and aquaculture. So I do poultry kumba. Also, I do beadwork. Beadwork I export. Not a fake. This is why when you see all the pieces that I wear when I perform, my pieces actually, they stand out. They're exclusive because I create designs that I then sell outside the country. This is why I am what I am today, because of the business. And I know, Kuti, if you understand the music industry, public performance is just one way of making money. There's many other ways of making money as a musician. So now I decide, do I want to perform 20 times like what I used to do with my cheso 15 years back? Or I want to perform just one gig a month or 2 gigs, but get value for my show. Whereby if I say I want 15,000, I get $15,000. You get it. So by so doing, I think if you follow, you will then realize, no, it's not that I only get money from one way. Kumba kwangu, we don't eat meat that we buy. We eat meat that I farm.
Okay. Now I understand. But now, look, you're a wife, you're a mom, you're a farmer, a businesswoman. How do you juggle, all that?
I always say to my friends, I'm that woman that the Bible speaks about, the virtuous woman on Proverbs, who can multitask and run the household without any hindrances. And I think I've tried to do that so well, balancing, and also having a stronger support system where the people that you work with, you respect. You do things through them, getting people and empowering people to run your things, while at least when you lead from the top. But knowing, like I always say, and even the advice that I'll give people, especially on piggery, is to say, when growing up, no one taught us chengeta pigs. But piggery is the business. It is a marriage singaiti.
True.
Because we okatenga mumbe yako Ollah 450. Ini ndikatenga nguruve yangu 450. It will be serviced. Nguruve yangu in 1 year, it will give me let's say minimum 10. It will give me 36 babies. Iwewe yako mombe, it will give you mwana one. So ukati 36 times 9, how much is my
That's a lot of money
made. And I've got an 83 soy unit. You're doing big, Sandy. Now let's talk about the decision, to be in active politics, like a active political player. There's a saying that goes, politics is a dirty game. What made you want to get into the dirty game? Okay. I always say to people, first define what politics is. So you understand what politics is. Because even Kumba, where I stay, where I'm married, there's politics. And we manage politics very well.
Every day.
For example, mother-in-law, Arkuya, Hade Kutindibike Jagadai, or Chichi. Then how do I manage her? That's politics. Kuchurch, kune politics. Tudachikaro chia, that's politics. So partisan politics comes in because it's more louder than other
political
other than this other politics. But there is a gap, like I said to you earlier, kuti gap iriko ndeyo kuti me standing here ndikutuka the partisans because I don't understand. Till you get in. This is why even in America there are two political parties. Either you are this or that, you declare what you are. It's, our people only don't understand. They want you to be what they want you to be, not what you want to be. This is why I went in. And this is how I can help my people. This is how I can work for my people. Because now I know, if you do this, if you go there, if you say this, for your people. So this is why I joined, so that I bridge the gap. Even in music industry. Do you know, Kuti, there is that gap? Yokuti, we have us musicians that sing and dance, but we are not academics. Then there are academics, people that went to school to study music. They don't understand what happens on the ground. That taenda kuchivu, taenda kuchingoi. They don't understand. And most people that study music, they just want to be teachers. Only vakawanda. No one wants to write music. I've never even had anyone come to me to say, Sandy, you've got 10 hits. Can I notate them? Can I write them so that anyone who's in America can sing them? No one. This is what I'm saying, Kuti, music is an industry on its own. Music is therapeutical. We need such departments in our hospitals where one goes music. Because in other countries it's there. So politics or politicians, they need people like you, Ollah, and me, who've been somewhere, and we want to bridge that gap and merge and say, I think mukatena makadai or mukazia kuti susu, we need makeup. Makeup costs $70. My wardrobe for this event costs $200. So when I send an invoice to you who do not understand the industry, don't say my money for 30 minutes when I say I want 10,000 is a lot. Because there's a lot goes behind the scenes before the show comes to fruition. So if that gap is closed, you'll see. No one will complain kuti Japreza is getting 20,000.
Exactly. When I go understand the business, because it's a business. Okay, so how did your family react to you being active in politics? Because, you know, it's a very muddy area. How did they react? I'm talking about the husbands, the in-laws, even we can't Ndebele.
They were so supportive. Very, very supportive. I think even 100 of my relatives changed polling stations to come and vote Kuwatkwang to help me. So they were very, very supportive. And I wish 20 of us could join also. You see? And also I pray one day our community or our society Zimbabwe will come to an understanding. Being a musician, you can be anything. Being a musician, you have the right to speak about what you stand for. You have the right to represent your political party that you're affiliated to. Look at what Beyonce did. Look at what Taylor Swift did. Does it affect their music career? No, it doesn't. Even the big brands that we also represent, they must know that they also have their decisions or their parties that they support. But your judgment or whoever or killing someone's brand should not be associated because this person is from this political party, so we cannot be associated with it or we cannot work with it. And this is why you hear most people or most musicians or most creatives, when they speak, they say, I'm not in any political party. I'm in between.
No one is
There's
nothing
like that.
No one is neutral.
No one is neutral. Even Ukumba Kwako, there's a site that you support, but you cannot only disclose.
That you cannot only disclose. But in your case, didn't that affect your career, your music-wise?
So far, no. This is why you see me performing. This is why you see me traveling. 2 weeks back, I was in China to perform. I was in Dubai to perform. It hasn't affected me. Not in a way. Because this is why I'm saying, Kuti, one has to come and write a thesis about me, about Sandy, about my journey, and document everything. The changes, everything that's happening in my life to say, if I'm the one who's to lead and be that example that everyone will speak about. This is why I didn't put down my costume to say I'm not performing. I still said I'm going to perform, and I'll perform, and Bimire Makeva who retires at 80. Because what we do not understand is, being a counselor, I get paid $70.
$70?
Yes. And $70 can't fill up my car. Fuel, chayo.
So why did you then run for it?
Because I want to work for the people. Remember, that's my social responsibility.
You know what they say? Why don't you people get into politics, councillor, MP, because of Zwanikwa, you get some freebies there, you get stuff.
I think you've heard even His Excellency also speak to say his paycheck is $300. You've heard?
Yeah.
There is no money. You have to work for the people. This is why even...
But I don't have benefits here.
Council, you get a stand, Yemba, and that's $75.
For you only?
Yes.
For you only?
Yes. And that's $75 for that you get every month. Or one. So it's not about money, it's about working for the people. Whereby people tell you their cries, their pains, then where you take them up.
And there was a public outcry, Sandy, when you announced through social media that you would be contesting in the upcoming elections. I remember kuchizora was statement rekunzi nyika itongwe ne magaro. Why you were saying pachitaurwa like that?
One thing that I've learned over the years is people that are on social media, especially those that say bad things, are not in Zimbabwe. And when they speak from the terraces because they don't even understand what's happening in Zimbabwe. Or they don't even know the definition. If I'm standing in as a councillor, what are councillors' duties? I'm a helper for my people. So by them understanding that first and educating themselves and commenting from a well-researched angle, they would not even pass such comments. So such comments never affected me.
Okay.
They never. I said, I think you're dull, that's why you're saying this. I think you're stupid, that's why you're saying this. I think you're talking about yourself, not about me. That's why you're saying what you're saying. But those that are on the ground or those that understand, all of them congratulated me to say, well done. You go, girl. And even the support system that I got, people coming in, even up to now. Last week, someone from diaspora came and erected a borehole in the Georgia tank in my ward. So I still get such support. But imagine if they had not known that Sandy as Rita, how will they come and help my people? Through who? You see?
I understand. Besides you being part of the ruling party, you have been facing backlash for performing at the state events, particularly from your people here in Matabeleland, and I don't understand, why do you think there's so much negativity and hate towards you for performing at these state events?
Do you know what I always say is, I love my people so much. I love them very, very much, and I respect them. But I would not stop performing in any event that I'm called to perform at, because that's what pays my children's fees. That's what buys my food. That's my pension. That's my retirement package when I get old. And I don't know if any of those that write such messages, some of them are my people for sure.
You're not doubting them?
Because social media, I'm so happy with the new law that's been enacted, because people write their stories on social media. They write things the way they feel about research about someone or knowing about someone. I cannot stop them. But God will stop them, because my God is the one who knows me. My God is the one who understands me. My God will never say, Sandy, go for this and let me lose if I was not ordained to go that way. But if the Lord keeps opening those doors for me, there's a purpose and there's a reason, and I cannot stop because someone
some people say, some say, "Ugana baby ra kusimudzirwa panyadzi matongero enyika ra baby ma chef or akujiganira umbe." That's why simudzwa. And qualification yakanenga makumbo. Is that true? Is that true though?
Do you know, I've read all that.
Yeah.
It's because the mindset of those people, they always think everything is sexual.
Yeah.
Hey, because iye munhu wacho anenge achigara achifunga zvesex.
Izvozvo.
So ari kutaura nezvake, ari kuzvireva iye. They are not talking about me, they're talking about themselves. Uri kunzwisisa?
Yes.
Kusimudzira, if you work hard, things open up.
Yeah.
If you work hard, Ollah, you know. If you knock in every office and say, I ndiri Ollah 7, ndoda kuita chakadai changu.
Zvinoitika,
it's about working hard and knowing which doors to knock, and also being aligned. Who are you aligned with?
True. True.
Even kuchurch kwacho, this is what I always say, even kuchurch kwacho, kana uri in the other group which is not aligned maybe to the pastor, you will never be a deacon.
You will never get that favor. I got my one.
It's not even a favor. It's about saying, I'm moving with the winning team. Why should I be associated with a losing team? So you move with the winning team, you win. But it's not like you win Nemakumbo. No. You win hard work.
Why did you choose ZANU-PF? Why did you choose to run as a councillor for ZANU-PF instead of CCC, MDC, or any other party?
I've been ZANU-PF born and bred all the way. So where else was I supposed to go? I'm ZANU-PF. You saw growing up, even the support that I was getting, the events, everywhere. Those other ones that you're mentioning have never invited me in any way to say, come and perform, come and say, I would say, look, I've got that contract, that day, exactly. Even Dara, when they were campaigning, I would go to all other provinces to perform. I remember even the late Savan, Vanachichi, yes, Gumbare, we are the one who Kumbare. I was invited on all those, and then I said, when I grow up, I also want to be like them. This is why now I'm trying to be like them.
When you finally went to the polls, you lost to Sandra Ndebele of the Citizen Coalition for Change, CCC. However, you won in the by-election because of the chaos that was in the CCC then. So would you credit the chaos in the CCC for your victory?
No. I just want to be short and precise. I never lost Ollah. I have my V23 and my V11. I won. I'm the first councillor in Bulawayo to be voted by 2,000 people who cancel.
2,000 people
who cancel.
The first in Bulawayo.
The first election actual way they said So the question, the that I want to give you is, if 2,000 people voted for me, that Simbarashe person was voted by 2,970 people. When he never stayed in Kulumane where I grew up, and his MP, who then won, who was then recalled, was voted by 1,600 people. Tell me what happened there.
Okay.
So this is why I'll boldly say I never lost.
Okay.
But I learned.
You learned?
Yes, I learned.
And the by-election helped you?
Yes.
So?
Because nadakuziva. Okay. Then I implemented.
Yeah, I see. So people have used this phrase when they talk about your appointment as a councillor. They call it a party ticket. You get party ticket. It's as if you did not earn your election, but you are just there because because of the party you represent. Do you agree?
I worked hard. I worked extremely hard for my party. For me to get those numbers for my party, because remember, I didn't get them for Sandy. I didn't get them, I'll take them to my house or Chi. I got them for my party. I worked extremely hard. This is why I say those that are on the ground. One day if you come to Bulawayo Ollah, let's go to Nkulumane.
Yes.
Oyenda in any other house, not directed by me, and just let the people talk.
Yeah.
Because
so are you happy with the way you are performing as a councillor in Nkulumane?
Yes, I'm happy because I'm in a position to help my people.
What other developments have you so far made in Nkulumane?
So far, I've managed to give the younger ones music studio home studios to record their music and to record each other so that they stay away from doing wrong things. I've managed to drill boreholes because our biggest challenge in Bulawayo is water. So I've been trying to drill boreholes. I think I've sank about 7 boreholes now in 1 year. So to me, it's an achievement. I always go out of my way to lobby for things to come to my ward, be it laptops so that my schools are capacitated, be it there's an event and my schools are not included. I try and lobby for them to be included in all these other things. And I've also introduced gifts, like whereby the kids that perform very well, you entice them, you give them things. So when I traveled to China last year, I bought a lot of giveaways and packs, which I then give to my schools to say, let's try so that we push our results for next year. And even some of my friends, when they come, I always pull them to say, let's go to the school and talk to children and show them that there's more to life than just being in Kulumani.
What about the service delivery?
Service delivery. Remember, I work through City Council of Bulawayo. So yes, we are trying very hard. Like I said to you, our major challenge is water. So this is what we are trying to curb. This is what we are trying to work on. But when people report to say there's a sewage burst, for example, I take it to council and to try to deliver as quick as we can.
So you're fixing switch pipes and everything?
I don't, but I'm the mouth that speaks on behalf of the people.
No, I understand. Now that you're a councillor, Sandy, for Ward 20 here in Bulawayo Kunkulumani, how are you balancing music and public service?
You see, I'm a creative mind. So I get inspired by stories.
Yes.
So when people come and say, Mom Councillor, because they call me Mom Councillor, Mom Councillor, there is this problem, or this husband of mine has done this or that one, then the creativity of writing music just comes. Because I have stories. I don't need to think about anything to write. All that information is just coming to me. It's at my disposal. So I'm just so overwhelmed. But my win, which I always say, solving that problem for that person, to me it's a win.
So are you happy with the progress so far?
Very, very, very happy.
So are you going to be...
I wish to do more. And this is why I keep lobbying and asking people to assist me so that I can do more.
So are there any areas that you would say you are failing to deliver as a councillor? That you take, blame to say, in this area I think as a councillor I'm failing to do A, B, and D. Yes, wins we have had. But now, what about the failures?
Failing, definitely I'll fail. Remember, I'm a new baby in all these things.
Exactly.
Then I crash land.
Exactly.
Now I'm a councillor. Then I'm with the people now. Nakutuka councillor.
Again. Exactly.
And like you said, Kuti, local governance, it's new. So we need to read more, understand. Understand. You ask a question which is supposed to be an answer. You need that answer again. So challenges are there. But I'm learning as I'm going.
Okay. Are you going to be a big player in the politics? Maybe even go to higher posts, such as maybe member of parliament?
We'll see then. Now, no.
It's a difficult terrain.
No, work is too much. I'm overwhelmed. There's too much work. You don't sleep. 10 o'clock someone calls you. 9 o'clock someone calls you. And sometimes I got so emotional, especially when I can't solve one's problem, how do I help this person? Because everyone comes to council. I remember there was bereavement of this one family a few weeks ago, whereby they needed a councillor later to say mwana wavo afa ndewe kubulawayo because the child had no birth certificate. And when the mother then comes, they cry, and then they start telling you the story, what they've gone through, you forget, but I'm supposed to be stronger than this person. Then you break down. So they are, most of the times are emotional.
So which one do you prefer the most? Like saving more? I mean, which one do you prefer? Like saving the people or music?
I think it goes hand in glove. You can't divorce the two. You can't divorce the two. Because even on stage, I'm serving the people. So loving the two, they're all two different streams. There are two different roads. I cannot even say compare it to music or compare it to being a counselor.
Yeah.
It's two different lives. Let me put it that way.
They're different.
They're different.
Yeah.
There's satisfaction in me helping people. There's satisfaction in me entertaining my people, and they scream and they clap hands for me. So both things satisfy me. So this is why I'm saying you cannot divorce the two.
I now understand.
Yeah.
As a country, we have always recorded a lower percentage of women participating as candidates in elections since independence in 1980 compared with men. Women constitute more than half of the electorate and of the total population. Sandra, so why do you think women shy away from the public offices?
The social media, so I know it. And
It's
and
brutal.
that thing, if you work hard, people think you're sleeping with someone.
Yeah.
And if you go this route, that means someone are usimuzira.
Yes.
Honestly, it's not many women are strong like me.
Yeah.
Or like us, that those that are in that are in politics.
Yes.
Women are fragile. Some women are fragile.
Yeah.
So obviously you shy away. You shy away because the insults, and then instead of thinking about myself alone, kids are growing.
Yeah.
They will read that.
Yeah.
And social media never forgets. So then they'll start asking you, why did this one insult you?
Exactly.
Why did you do it if people were saying this?
Yeah.
But then when you then now check with how many of those people were saying
Exactly.
what they were saying versus those on the ground that really want you to do it.
Yeah.
But these ones have a voice really louder, but they are many because they are not capacitated. Whereas these ones that are capacitated are few, and they are the ones with a voice to say all the bad things that they want to say about women.
So, with the experience that you've had in the dirty waters of politics, would you encourage, women to become more actively involved in politics?
Definitely, I'll encourage a lot of us, not only even women, even musicians, so that when we sing about things that we know. When we write our scripts, especially when we want to write things that are political, we write songs that we understand, because some of the things that we say I don't think we understand. It's like me, Ollah, waking up today and insulting, let's say, the sitting government. The reason why I insult it is because I don't understand, not because I know. Not because I know, because I do not understand. Why I say so? When you insult your country on social media, you are closing doors for your country, not for yourself as a person. You are closing doors for those people on the ground, the ones that you are talking about, that we are working for. They are the ones that suffer more than me. So when you insult, or when you think of insulting someone, think first the impact. Yacho kuti iri kuenda kunani, iri kuaffecta ani. Am I benefiting, or is it of any beneficiation to the people that I'm supposed to lead, or that I think I should lead later on? So most women are not as strong to gather and belly all those things. You see,
I see. So why is it important to you? In that particular, the women, are represented in decision making and policy, making processes of our country. Why should women be, involved?
Because women are thinkers. Women are drivers. Women, when they want something, they go for it. This is why you never find a home irritated if there's mkazi in that space. This is why even a man with a lot of money, mkazi, he shines more than that one asinachi mkazi. Even order, ekuti when he dies, his pension, his whatever, everything will be solved or sorted because there is an organizer. Women are organizers. This is why I'm saying if many of us come, we are the ones that are going to change the status quo of everything. So I'm encouraging everyone to say, if you think you have it in you and you want to learn, because I also learned, remember, someone taught me, I am in a position to teach anyone who wants to. But even to my fellow brothers in music and sisters, I always tell them, even regardless of how much we scream and say we are underpaid, we are treated badly, because when you're comparing it to the treatment that you got when you taught internationally, and but we are the ones that can bring that standard to Zimbabwe. But I cannot bring that standard ndiri one. Kuti ndakaenda kuAmerica ndikaridza Ollah. I can bring it kana tikabatana tese touya totaura ne one voice. And most of us, we have to go back to school.
That's so profound. We are here, talking to Sandra Ndebele, the Queen of what? She is the queen. She is the queen. So So you're a council woman who is servicing the Bulawayo Metropolitan Province. Last year, statistics from the regional courts, shows that about 66 rape cases are recorded from different areas monthly in Matabeleland region. In Bulawayo Metropolitan Province, at least 3 rape cases are recorded weekly, Sandra. Usually perpetrated by those close relatives and neighbors. We are talking about an issue, where majority of these cases are not even reported. What are you doing as a councilwoman to ensure elimination of gender-based violence in the community you're serving?
Creating awareness, Ollah. I've been trying to speak, to talk to people so that they understand, and also to make people aware of such consequences as endaweni zabo, and also to say they have the voice, they can change. So awareness, talking to people, having those groups whereby those that can't even speak in public, we follow them and say, if you think you have something to talk about, we can speak in hindsight. And first days I used to think maybe because I'm in the public eye, this is why a lot of people are coming to my office. But then later I got to understand that when they look at me, they look at me and see a helper in them, someone who can help. So everyone is free to come. This is why, Papa, I say to you, sometimes some of the things get so emotional. Because how can I reverse this thing that's been done? So we're trying to create awareness with what development committee in my ward, which visit those that are subjected to that, but we are trying.
So a few weeks back, Sandy, a trending TikTok video from an account named Soul Healing Experience sent shockwaves through the internet for telling your untimely, demise. According to the prophecy, there was going to be an accident in which you would lose your life. Were you not scared, my guy? Were you not scared? A death prophecy is not something that we can take lightly. Did you try to find and talk to the person who made the prophecy?
No. I'm born and bred Seventh-day Adventist. I believe there is power in praying for yourself. And
so you don't believe in prophecies?
No. If ever it had been availed, the prophecy, I think that prophet was supposed to pray for me so that it doesn't happen. Than alarming everyone or inbox to say, I dreamt about this, let's kneel down and pray. But if it's God's time, it's God's time. No one can dispute and say.
So the prophet did not reach out to you?
No.
Even inbox and say, Santi, please pray or something?
No. No.
But prophecy or something like that, even a dream, is not something easy. So how are you handling it?
I'm a strong woman, by the way. No, it never even affected me. My people were the ones that were affected more because they started forwarding, sending the picture, the videos to say, send this, send that. But personally, no, I wasn't affected. But I knelt down and I prayed to God to say, if it's time, who am I to say no if it's time? But no, for now I don't want. I want to see my kids grow. I want to be that gogo who goes never zikuru vake kupark. So please let me live. I prayed about it.
So are we going to are we getting a new album, single?
Definitely.
Maybe international collaborations.
International collaborations are coming your way. Launch is coming October. Definitely, you guys have to come to Bulawayo.
Definitely, we'll be here. We'll be here definitely to support you.
So I'll be launching my 11th album. Yes.
Wow, that's big. I saw you with the South African twins. What are their names?
The Kwabe twins.
Yes.
And
is
recently
anything coming? Or are you cooking something?
Secret.
Oh yeah. I guess they pick a few guys by the airport. I'm like, okay, what's popping now? What's coming? What's about to come our way?
No, a lot is coming. Like I said, I'm not stopping doing music. I'm not stopping performing because that's where I monetize.
Yeah.
And I'm not stopping being a counselor because I need to work for my people.
Yeah.
That's my social responsibility. So I'll do it, and I'll do it for my people, but I won't stop I won't stop performing till that gap that I was talking about bridgwa varika.
Exactly.
Takuziya kuti Ollah, yes, podcast, but what is Ollah doing in his community too?
Exactly.
As a community champion, what are you doing? Because we want 17 studios that Ollah kumavuku.
Yeah, true.
So you'll be doing something to your community.
Yeah, that's very true. So if you were not a musician, what job would you be doing right now?
Be a stripper.
I wasn't expecting that.
I'm joking.
Yeah, no, but it's okay. Stripper.
That's it. No, I wanted you to laugh. Tata serious too much.
Yeah, too much. Cancel. I don't cut business. It's serious business. Oh.
But do you know why? Maybe why I said this.
Yeah.
Do you know, Kuti, the creative industries is bigger.
Yeah.
In other countries, strippers pay tax.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sex workers pay tax, and they all fall under the creative industries.
Wow.
So imagine if there's something like that.
Would you advocate that? I mean, for our girls to do that, and then
remember that industry is there. Remember that industry, it's there
already,
and it's living, it's breathing.
Yeah.
I think if everyone is documented, even the spread of diseases.
Yeah.
Inenge sisiko because munhu wese anenge ane profile nezvinhu zvese zvakaita sei zvakanyorwa zvichizikanwa kuti this person is like this like this. Those that want to do that, they read your profile, then they hire you. But now people vari kuita vechirovera zvese sanganisa mix and match gango.
I like that. Sandy, you're actually funny, man. So what are you most grateful for right now in this season of your life?
Me, I'm happy. You know, like I said to you, when I help people and when I get those nyabonga, thank you for winning for them. I get excited, and with their support and the support that I'm still getting wherever, be it corporate, be it the people that I represent, it's a win for me. So it makes me want to do more, regardless of those few ones that insult me. Because when I check the ratio, it's 99 to 1% to those that insult me. So I take insults as them saying what they're trying to say to themselves about themselves. They're not talking to me. And this girl last week said to me, do you know what, keep walking forward. Cheuka zero. There's no turning back. I have no time to look at those that are busy saying what about me. No. I have time to listen to those that say, go and fix that switch. Go and get me water. We don't have water. Just what is the immediate solution to my water problem? Then I get a borehole. It's a win for me. So I'm happy.
So what legacy do you hope to leave behind beyond music and fame?
I want to open a school of music.
Wow.
Put dance as a career. Like all the creatives, you know, like the creative industries is bigger and broader, but we don't have it for now. Imagine one day, Kwani Ministry of Cultural Creatives, where everyone is incorporated, not where we are mixed with sports, where we are mixed with what, because they do not understand the cultural creative industries. It's an industry on its own. I just gave you one example.
Yes, true.
A stripper. Maybe we are stigmatizing strippers. But they are there in Zimbabwe. It's not like they're not there.
They're there.
Ukaenda kuma avenues, you find them. Ukaenda muna baro, you find them. They're there.
It's an industry.
It's an industry. So what are we doing, Ollah? You're the one who's going to ask. You're the one who's going to push for it.
But that one is too deep. It's too much for me. The slippers. Yo.
At least in Druva Zamira.
Sandra Ndebele, guys. As you can see, my strippers out there. Sandy. Because
I've never seen them on the streets. I always see women.
I haven't seen one. Maybe they're there. You never know. Those commercial sex workers, they porn. So they are men and women as well.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Kumba, Kuzim, I've never seen them.
Oh, Kuno, yeah. So, which young and upcoming artists do you think will shape the future of music in Zimbabwe?
At Maya Kadera Ntirori.
Nisha
I think, she's talented. Right? She's so talented.
Really?
Very talented. And if she stays humble, she'll go far.
So what advice would you want to give to Nisha so that she reaches levels?
Stay the way you are. Never change. Respect those that helped you. Never despise them. Speak well about everyone, irregardless of how big you wake up be, and love yourself and empower yourself. If they say they're selling your music, make sure you know how that music is sold, so that 10-20 years later you won't say vakakubira mari, because it's a norm now, whereby a hit comes then someone then claims later could, but you are talented young sister.
Yeah, that's very powerful. Sandy, you always look sharp, fit, strong. How do you keep up? Do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym sometimes. These days with my work, I walk a lot, but I bath with cold water.
Okay, cold water.
Cold water.
Every day?
Yes.
Is it a good thing?
It's a good thing. If you want to stay young, just use cold water.
Cold water.
Because when you ukakura, wakuchembera, the skin, zimbera like this. I don't know how to explain it. Exactly. But when you bath with cold water,
wrinkles,
when you bath with cold water, every day you're doing this.
Yeah.
When you pour water on your body, so you're firming it.
Is it true that I heard?
It's true.
Women, you need to bath, or your with cold water. You're down under with cold water to keep it tight. Is that true?
Ollah cancel.
I know, but tell us, man, Sandy, tell us.
No, people have got their understandings and their beliefs and their traditions and cultures that zavakadzidziswa. And what I know is you need to squat a lot and exercise a lot and firm this body with cold water. Because when you firm the tomb, so there's no need
like,
to open
Zingizi skin, Zingizi waist, like a waist yeah. So we can't, conclude without talking about that new GLE that you're bowling with these days in Bulawayo, the streets of Bulawayo, the one you got from this. It's a week now. Tell us about that. How did you feel when you received that? The news. Because Sewigno just post on his page, and you wake up to the news.
I was not even on social media that day. I was busy kunkulumani and I see a phone per side. Then one of my friends called me. He's like, "Did you see what Sewigno has posted?" What? I've a screenshot. Then I got to mirror. Then we have another wow. I said wow, but I couldn't believe it. That me really? Then got into Kuya Mangwan.
Exactly.
Then I spoke to him on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm so thankful for what he did for me. Then Gavanda Taura Naipa Instagram. Then I drove.
You were confirming now. Is it true?
No. Yes, I was not confirming, but is it true?
Yes.
Then Ava replied, and then he gave me numbers. What's his name?
Victor.
Yes. Then I went to see Victor. When I saw the picture, there was no like a vavam.
Yes.
But when I saw the car, I cried.
Right away.
It was different from the picture.
Yes.
I cried and I'm like, God is good,
Yeah.
I'm so thankful.
Wow.
I'm so thankful for what he has done, especially to a lot of people
Yes.
in our Zimbabwe. We wish we could have 20 more people like him
Yeah.
who would even empower a lot of us.
Yeah.
Because when I received the car, I didn't take it as a car. I said I've been given capital. Capital to monetize.
Okay.
Yes.
How?
I'm a
How is that
business
capital?
person. It's capital.
How?
Do you know Kuti, where now Ollah, you want my car, you can pay me man.
Okay.
Just to ride on it.
Yeah.
So I can monetize with it.
It's a big thing.
Yes. So even when I get
that's
or
a
I
big
visit,
choice. That's a big choice, that one.
So if I go for my meetings, there's that certain respect. Because remember, our culture looks at how you present yourself more than what you have in you.
Yeah.
So ndakuchikisidzira so ndikaenda kubank nchiti ndipeka 100,000
Vanobudisa.
ndino vakakamba kangu all this business they give because ndane collateral.
Yes.
So
One of my first days right I wanted the system must stay in you. You know, people were just saying,
don't worry, I'll give you the picture of my book. The day I received my book, I have my book written Sandra Ndebele. And when I received the car, it had 1 year paid. It was 1 year paid.
Yeah.
For Umtelo.
1 year.
1 year. I paid this year. 2024 where I didn't pay.
Wow.
And then I got my book written Sandra Ndebele.
So how are you, managing to service the vehicle? Because that's a high-end vehicle.
I'm not like other musicians. I told you I'm a business person. I've got a lot of income streams.
Yeah.
And before the GLE, I was upgraded car.
Yeah.
I was Danchiva Fortuna to GLE.
To GLE.
So yeah.
Oh, you were driving a Fortuna.
Yeah.
Now GLE.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like it was like
it's an upgrade.
Upgrade and value addition. So
yes.
Added value.
Yes.
Wow. No, I like that.
I've done a gango now, so if I do Fortuna, I do
GLE, which mixer and everything.
So she's in zero.
I understand. So what you would want to say to our viewers who are watching right now, who look up to you as well as a role model?
I always say life is what you make it to be. You choose what you want to be, you go for it. No one can stop you. And even the cries that we used to have growing up, I can't do this because now with social media, especially those that want to be musicians or those that want to be academics, we have technology now. You can make use of technology if you don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can now manage your music and run your small company online if those record labels do not want to sign you. So choose your life, choose what you want to do. Never blame anyone for your failures. Believe in you, go for it, do it, no one can stop you. But if you listen to a lot of noise that comes your way, you'll never win it. So block everyone who says bad things to you. But also listen and learn to those that try to teach you. Sometimes listening is very good. Even wakumba weka, when you digest, then you realize, but that person was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like I met someone, I send you a food. I know, but I didn't tell me again about gym. I've had the same excuse.
Exactly.
Then I looked at myself in the mirror. I really saw my self-fat. Then I ngatanga kuti ndichiposta ndoti Stifu Bay. Stifu Bay in the building.
Exactly. Because you're gaining weight.
Because my eating habits had changed. That's why I was gaining weight. With work, sometimes or you have to move from point A to point B, point C. You have no time to eat. So you're always running around and doing things. Then now I told myself, no, I have to take care of me first. Because the one Aristufuza is me, not anyone else. So
after all been said and done, Sandy, what do you want to be remembered as in a few seconds?
As that woman who changed or who broke all the barriers in life. One for other women to say when they speak in reference to. Whereby in those universities, I'll be referenced. That's powerful.
That's big. So thank you so much, Mama Sandy, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Ollah.
We can't wait
play me that song, Tirori. Admire Kadembo Bidori.
Exactly. From Nisha Teas. You know, when last year, the whole of last year, I used to spend much of my time with Nisha Teas. She's a grounded, young girl.
Yeah, I watched
so grounded, and she's eager to learn. That's one thing I like about Nisha Teas.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you actually brought her name up. And I'm sure it's an endorsement on its own.
And this is what I always say even to the young ones, that irregardless of you breaking through and having a hit song, always remember where you come from.
Yes, true.
And always remember those that were in the industry before you. Even
exactly. They know a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you are able to ask. Asking is not a problem.
Yeah, true.
And respect will take you far.
That's Mama Sandy for you. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We are coming to you live from Ollah, where you're going to certain. I like,
what?
I had to pause a bit. Yeah.
Man, always kapopo konis kamlamayes.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time.
Thank you so much.